Good morning. It's Saturday, the 18th of Feb, and I want to do a little wander around the garden this morning. It's so warm, it's beautiful. Looking at the hedgerow now, look how yellow it is. Down there we have snowdrops, right down there under the hedge. We have snowdrops over there. I've got miniature irises down there. Crocuses of all different colours are coming in that little bit of water butt. Let's have a look. I took down the great big tree kale from there. It had fallen over and was looking really messy. So I've got plenty of cuttings. I've just popped them in the ground there. They're down there taking root. I need to have a tidy up down there actually. But that looks fine. It looks quite healthy. And if it dies, I've got several more down the garden ready to come. I'll just pop them in. I took cuttings from them. Sorry, that was a bit fast, wasn't it? The pond's nice and full. No sign of ice. I did take all the green gunky moss of it. It was horrible. I've got, hang on, purple sprouting, just little bits because I've taken the main bits out. Look at that, beautiful. I've got plenty of celeriac still to come. I've got leeks, celery, onions of all varieties. I love those bunching onions, look at them. I divided them off, so I'm going to take them in bunches to the car boot sale, maybe about May time, and see if anybody would like some. I might give them away free. I don't need that many onions. Look, oh, I did lose all the fennel. Let's turn around, look at them all. I lost all the fennel. It was such a pity, but oh well, never mind. So I'm going to clear that bed. I might do that later this morning. Can you see I've got little snowdrops popping up everywhere? So I need to be a bit careful there. I'm going to dig them out, but I bet they're really deep because they must be down in that wood mulch. No worries. I mean, if they come and they die back, I'll just let them die back. Enjoy them. I do have tulips coming up yon end. I might actually make that into a flower bed, you know. Put flowery things in. I don't know. I might not. Again, more onions there. I do have a couple of Florence fennel that seem to have survived. Let's hang on a second. There we go. There's a couple under there that seem to have survived. There's all sorts in the way of bulbs. The thing is, there was all sorts in this garden. It used to be quite a flowery garden. And then I put cardboard down and put the mulch on top of it. So obviously that's broken down and the bulbs are starting to come back, which is a bit of a nuisance, but never mind. I've got garlic there, sprouts there. They're just for leaves and I'm trying to let them blow. We love the sprouts all blown now. Let's get round there. Yeah, I've got loads of sprouts on there, and then when they blow, oh my goodness, they're beautiful. That's Cuttings Corner. It's doing really well down there, and it won't be long before all my hostas are coming. Again, they're for the car boot sale. I've got loads of the spotted laurel. That's so easy to take cuttings off. If you want to make a little bit of an earner, and you see somebody with a hedge, nick a couple of bits and stick it in pots of compost. Spotted laurel roots like a weed. I've popped garlic down there below the apple tree. I've got golden celery there. What have we? Oh, there's the tree kale. That's all my little cuttings of tree kale. I looked out the garden this morning and caught a blooming squirrel digging up the garden. So that'll be getting a bit of a lead pellet when Tony gets up. Sorry, folks. They do too much damage. They're like fluffy-tailed rats. I don't care how cute you think they are. They're not. They're a damn nuisance. Look, this little fig is starting to put a new leaf back out. Gosh, it's warm. Look at this. It's lovely warm weather this morning. I could put a t-shirt on. It's really nice. I'm looking that over there. Someone's offered me some Rudbeckia, so I'm going to turn that bit over there just into like a flower border. I do have the strawberries at the front there. Down there. I've done pink, white there. Apple tree. Is that one an apple? No, that's a plum tree. I'm going to give that one away. I think one of my friends can have that as a treat. The hellebores over there, they're nice, but they're dark. I would much prefer the paler ones, but again, it's something flowering at this time of year, isn't it? The lupins over there below the apple tree are starting to come. They're going to be lovely. I've got bulbs in there. I've put crocuses and all sorts in there. That is definitely going to be a flower border. I'm liking that. That yellow hedge is starting to come. Now, that was only planted last year, so that'll be a few years before that thickens out and becomes something. I need to have a tidy up though. I'm going to pop to the town now on the train. Tony's in bed. He's not an early riser. We don't all have to be early risers, but I cannot waste a day in bed. It drives me potty. So, quick zap round the garden. I say, there's still lots of things I can be picking and eating. There's loads of lettuce at the front. Steve, lettuce. I'm going to say lettuce several times. Oh, I love that hedge. Absolutely love it. I could do with tidying up down there. It's starting to look a bit shabby. Oh, I know what I'll show you. Look at these. Oh, overwintered carrots. They're doing well. They're really doing really well. So that's my overwintered carrots. I've got more lettuce in the house. Let me move across here. More lettuce in here. Oh, look at them. So what I do is I pick off the back garden. Then a few days later I pick off the front garden. Then I come back and pick off, and so on and such forth. So they're doing really well. I've got little tiny erigeron, I think they're called. They're like a little tiny fairy daisy all the way around the pond. I've got all sorts of bulbs and things around the pond. Now, Steve, you were talking about my courgette being too big, probably for the porch. Last year, these round ones, I don't think they're as big as the big ones. I grew them down there. Oops, sorry. I grew them down there in a bucket, and they weren't particularly big plants. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they aren't going to be particularly big plants. I know the regular courgettes and the yellow ones were big, but these round ones, the plant wasn't that big. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I haven't made a mistake with the porch. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, nothing lost. It was 3 seeds. It doesn't really matter. And besides that, I like house plants, don't I? I like big architectural plants. So we shall see how they come. Go around there. I really could do with strimming the garden a little bit. Now that I can see where the snowdrops are coming through, I can see them. Look at these. Aren't they lovely? You see, this all used to be flowers. And then I got the urge, maybe 6 years ago, to add bits of veg here and there. And then gradually over time, it's practically become an allotment. But I'm looking at big changes here now. Let me step back here. I'm tempted to get rid of that table, which we never actually ever use. Get rid of all the flagstones and put more veg in there. You can't eat the flagstones. We don't sit at the table, and if we're going to sit, we just sit, because we've got French doors in the conservatory. I just sit at the table in there and open the doors, and that's so much nicer because it's not windy. But we'll see. I say time will tell, but that looks really, really untidy and shabby. And I'm thinking, no, that's got to go. But I don't want to finish up on the scruffy bit, so we'll finish up on my little tub of flowers down there because they're looking really pretty.